The Do This podcast is part of the Win, Make, Give podcast network. Bob Stewart and Chad Hyams dive into strategies for building successful real estate teams with Adam Rutledge, team leader from Medford, Oregon. Adam shares his approach to hiring and training agents, emphasizing clear expectations and consistent communication. Discover why 90-day success is crucial and how creating a goal-oriented environment helps agents thrive. We hope you enjoy this episode of the Do This podcast, presented by Brivity.
All right, everybody missed it. Adam got to hear it. Chad made his first funny joke of the year. It's July 16th. First funny joke of the year. We're all chuckling here. Chad's got everybody smiling. Adam Rutledge, do me a favor. Can you introduce yourself to everybody and kind of let them know what you do, where you do it, how long you've been doing it, how often you do it, all the kind of bona fides?
Yeah, Adam Rutledge, based out of Medford, Oregon, so right up against the Oregon-California border, about an hour from the Pacific Ocean as the crow flies. Real estate team leader, been selling real estate since 2011. So I'm like turning into one of those crusty old real estate agents. I've been doing this longer than you've been alive. Joined Place in 2022. We're at eXp Realty. We've got 14 salespeople at the moment, kind of ebbs and flows. I do a lot of commercial sales, and then the team does a lot of residential. Yeah. Did I answer all?
Yeah, you got all the major highlights. Ebbs and flows. Do you, so what would be the ebb would be going out? That's the people the losers you were talking about before we jumped on here that you don't want to hang out with. And then flows would be the ones coming in. Let's talk about flows first.
Okay.
How do you find agents? Like if we kind of understand that there is kind of this natural ebb and flow of when you have a team, especially at the size you're at, where do you find them? Like, and who are you looking for, I guess?
So it's a lot like real estate sales. Step one is you got to let people know that you're recruiting, right? If people don't know you, they can't flow you, right? So when I'm a real estate agent, I let the whole world know, hey, I'm a real estate agent. Anyone you know wants to buy, sell, invest, let me know. Well, now I'm a real estate agent, but hey, I train real estate agents and I'm always hiring. So we run ads on Indeed. Brivity has some great software that helps us with that. And then, on Facebook, networking, kind of wherever I go, people know, A, I'm a real estate agent, and B, I am always hiring, so the neighbors, our friends, family, other agents, a lot of times there's other brokerages will refer us. They say, hey, we're not really taking on new agents right now, but, go check out Rutledge. They've got some great training and great resources. So that's step one is you got to let everybody know that you're hiring. Otherwise, you're not top of mind.
What are you looking for then? Like, you just take anybody, what, Chad, remember 2007? Like, they just fog a mirror, Adam, or
fog a mirror,
2006? Like, you're in. What are your qualifications for hiring somebody? Like, what are you looking for?
I don't know about you guys, but the way someone interviews is completely different or can be completely different from the way they are in the workplace.
So glad you just said that. Thank you.
So we'll do, obviously, we have an interview process. I want to know, one of the big things I look for is past success. Did you start at McDonald's and become a manager? Were you working at Nordstrom and got into leadership? Were you the captain of the football team? Did you take it to state in baseball? So we want to see some sort of past success, right? Because we know that the past is a pretty good indicator of the future. And then soft skills. Can you look me in the eyes? And then a big one is a database. Do you have 200 people that you can put in a database for us? So a name and a way to contact them is all we need. But we found that if you've had no past success, so maybe you started at McDonald's and you never got past flipping burgers for 5 years, I'm not sure you're going to be a good fit. Or if you don't have 200 people that you can reach out to, right? You're probably in your 20s at this point because you got to be at least 18 to get your real estate license. If you're not good at networking and you don't have a sphere, this can be really tough. So those are some of the basic things we look for, kind of the soft skills, and then the rest of it we teach.
Adam, I'm moving into town. Don't tell me you wouldn't hire me as an agent. Yet I don't know anybody that lives in your area. My list would be zero. How do you help somebody build that list that doesn't have it, other than saying, here's a whole bunch of leads we've generated, take them as yours? Help me build my list for those people out there saying, I know about 50 people if I were lucky.
Well, when we do that, Chad, we're looking for, I've got a guy right now. His name is Andre. He came from Alaska. So he was a union carpenter in Alaska. They traveled the United States, him and his wife, for a year. He landed in Medford. So he is your perfect example. Knows nobody. He has got 3 people from Alaska to move to Medford, Oregon.
I don't think that's a hard sell, though. I mean,
he's just calling him in the middle of winter. So, you've seen the light yet? No, you haven't seen the light? Well, I've got light down here. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so he had 200 people in his database. They didn't need to be local.
They were just up there. Yeah.
Okay.
He's showing us that he can network and that he has friends in his normal type person, right? So he checked the box of 200, and now he's probably got 200 down here. He's gotten really involved. He goes to all the networking things. He's posting goofy stuff on social media, and people love it. And he's having great success. And gosh, I mean, I think he started about 9 months ago, and I think he's more popular than me now.
Let's keep going down this. So it's like, okay, we've got, I can use some Brivity software to find them. I've got other brokerages referring. I'm letting people know I'm hiring. Yep. Now they come in, and we know there's a couple things that we're looking for. I do, by the way, think it's worth noting that it's really hard to predict who's going to be successful, because I think you, Adam, have hired people that checked those boxes and didn't end up being successful. And maybe every once in a while we get somebody that doesn't check those boxes that does end up. But by and large, they have the highest likelihood of being successful if they check those boxes. Now you hire them, and it's the first, I don't know. I mean, I've always heard, this is going way back years, people say to agents, you got to have 6 months worth of reserves to start in this industry, but what is maybe the first, what do you consider a success with the agent you hired, the person you're partnering with, maybe in the first 90 days? What is that first 90 days of success? Like, what's success in the first 90 days?
At least one piece of business.
Okay.
So a listing, buyer broker signed. That's actually mandatory. If they can't figure out how to get one piece of business, we let them go. So that's like,
really, it's almost, or you're letting them go out of compassion because they're not going to be able to feed their family, right? And they didn't do what it took to. Is that because you do believe that you have a way that if they do it this way, that they will 100% have a deal in the first 90 days? Or give me the thinking, the methodology behind, if they don't have a piece of business in 90 days, we can't keep them around.
Well, there's a couple components. One of them is we have a really good team right now. We have a lot of A talent, and A talent does not get along with C talent. If you're looking at highly talented people, don't really enjoy non-talent. It's annoying to them. So part of it's retention. If we got people that are negative, they're not producing, they're not doing what we're asking them to do, which will produce the results, we got to let them go because they're not adhering to our systems, and they're annoying my higher performers. So mercy on one side is, hey, I can't watch you not work anymore. It costs us money to hire you and to train you, and our staff to help you out, and our senior agents that are pouring into you and training you, and you're not doing the activities. You're sucking the life out of the team. It's not fair. And so, we let them go.
Adam, do you have that conversation and give them a chance to be the person they claimed they were going to be when they showed up, or no? You're just at 90 days. You're like, the chance was the 90 days, or the chance was this time that you weren't doing the work.
So we do weekly check-ins and then monthly reviews as well. So it comes as no surprise. It's not like I haven't talked to you for 90 days and then you're fired. It's like, hey, 30 days in, how's it going? We also have them sign a resignation letter the day we hire them.
Tell us
Oh,
more.
I like that.
Well, it's like I shouldn't have to get all stressed out. I don't like firing people. So it's like, hey man, if this isn't working out, you can just hand me this letter and we part as friends. You've already signed the resignation letter and then we're going to talk about it. So at the end of day one, we talk about it. Hey, how was it? What do you think? Is this still good for you? If it's not, you can leave and never come back. No harm, no foul. At the end of week one, so it's an open conversation. Then it's easier to have those, what you would call like a difficult conversation. Like, hey man, we've talked about this, the expectations, it's not happening. You want to hand me that letter or you want to change? So by the time the 90 days is
so
in,
good.
Hang
It's
on,
like
Bob.
putting it on them. You want to hand me
Yes,
that letter?
because
That is brilliant.
I want to ask our audience, open the chat window for me for a second, audience. I want you to answer this, okay? If you were truly your boss, would you have fired yourself by now, yes or no? Right? Because I'm daring them to answer in the chat box, because if they're being honest, I'm going to
This is why I don't have you coach me, Chad. I would never want Chad to be my coach. Like the questions are too pointed. They're too pointed. They're too sharp.
Good for you, Philip, to actually jump in and actually answer it, right? Here's the thing. We let ourselves off in this industry so easily because we don't cost money that we're saying, oh, I don't have to fire. I didn't lose money. Okay. Where someone like Adam, who's running the team, yeah, he's losing leads that he's bringing in for the team that could be given to people that actually will close them. He's paying for staff members to make sure that that person is being able to succeed. He's probably providing them other actual physical things like a notebook, right? Or something like that that's costing him money. A hat like Bob's, it's costing him money. And folks, if you were your own boss and had to think about it, would you fire yourself? And I would challenge every one of you to go write that letter that Adam just talked about right now for yourself and date it 90 days from today and sign your own resignation letter that says, if I'm not doing these activities, it's because of that, and I'm going to step away, and watch when you post that letter somewhere and take it seriously, how much more you'll get to work. Adam, I think that having them sign that in advance is so powerful. It's like when I used to go on listings, I made them sign price corrections at the listing table saying, if we're not under contract in 3 weeks, it's pricing. Let's sign this right now. That's a great one, Adam.
That's so good. Do you, I'm assuming you very rarely have to say, hey, I'm sorry, we're going to let you go. Like they self-select, right?
Yeah. My automatic lights turned off in my office. There we go.
We didn't notice. What's your percentage? What's your percentage of people you bring on that 90 days, maybe 120 days, whatever, they're turning in that letter and walking away or don't even make it to the 90 days versus they make it, they stay?
I would say about 3 out of 10.
Don't make it or don't make it?
Don't make it. Yeah, about 30% drop off at the 90-day mark.
Okay.
I mean, typically, it's just, you'd mentioned at your listing appointments, you throw a listing on the market, in 2 weeks whether or not you're priced right. And we know pretty quick whether or not they're going to make it, right? Because a lot of it's all just in between your ears. Are you willing to do the work? And right now I'm impressed. I've got people that have been on the team for 3 weeks with pending sales and listings. And it's like, oh, okay. They're networking, they're doing their thing, and they're, so they're already off the hook for the 90 days.
I don't know. Like that doesn't surprise me given the way you started talking about your team, which is I got a bunch of A performers around here. And I think that I talk about this with some of our other partners, Adam, all the time. Like I would assume if I went into your office, it's a very ripe environment to recruit to. I bet there's an energy in there. There's some routines and some rhythms. There's people saying and doing the things that it's clearly visible, like what I should be doing. And so it's like when I show up, most people probably look around and go, well, I guess to fit in here, I got to do what all these A people are doing, right? Mm-hmm. Is there, like, do you purposely do anything to put that person in proximity to success? That new agent, what do you guys do to put them in proximity to success or to your A players?
So we got private offices, and then right in the middle is a big open area with cubicles. So all the new people go to the cubicles where all the other salespeople can hear their calls. And our director of operations is in that cubicle area as well. Because I'll be at the copier, which is next to the kind of the bullpen area or the cubicles, and I'll hear something. I'm like, no. That's, so we're all listening and can just kind of coach them. And then they're listening to us make calls and conversations as we greet people because it's next to the front door. A good example yesterday, one of my new guys, Isaiah, his seller wanted to know about online views, like, hey, what kind of online activity are we having? And I was able just to pop over and say, okay, pull up your listing, click this, and boom, here's your report. And then here's a way to automatically email them once a week that information. And so that saved him a bunch of time, and it was those kind of things happen when you got them out in the open like that.
Do you require that agents spend some amount of time in the office? Or do you feel like that's important? Do you give leeway to people later as they're producing and they've kind of proven their chops, or kind of what does that look like? Like, what does attendance, I guess, look like in Adam Rutledge's world?
Who is it? Brian Gubernick taught me this one. You got to make it to the playoffs. So if you're on a sports team, you got to win more than you lost to make it to the playoffs. We meet every morning at 9 a.m. at the office. We have an agent call every Tuesday at 8, and then I do coaching with everybody every Wednesday at 8:15. So I want to see the new people. I want to see them more often than I don't see them, right? So make it to 3 of the 5 meetings, and you made it to the playoffs. It's 9 to 9:10 is our quick sales meeting. It's called Dodd P Win. So deal of the day. You sell real estate, you should know what's for sale. P is pitch. If God forbid you're calling people and they say, hey, Bob, why would I hire you as my real estate agent? You have something to say. And then win is what makes today a win. Why'd you show up to work? So I want them in the office. I want them to know what's for sale. I want them to know what to say if someone asks them why they would hire them. And I want them to know why they showed up to work. And that's kind of all we have for expectations.
Wait, go back to know why they showed up to work. What do you mean by that?
What makes today a win? So the baseline expectation is 10 contacts, right? So it's like, hey, we go through who's got a deal of the day, and then we ask each person real quick, why'd you show up to work today?
And then I might say, to get an appointment. I'm booking a listing appointment today. Like that would be an answer that was acceptable, and everybody'd high five me, and I wouldn't get shamed.
Yeah, right. How do you know if today was a success or not if you don't have something to measure against?
So you're having them tell us what that is in the morning, so at the end of the day we can say, did you achieve your win, right? Did you reach that and finish that? It's not, oh yeah, yesterday was awesome because this happened. It's today I'm going to call it a win because I hit my 10 contacts. I put something under contract because I know I'm going showing, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, hey, I'm leaving the office at 2:00 because I made my 10 contacts and 2 appointments. I'm out. Cool, perfect, great. Today's a win. You feel good about it. Go enjoy yourself. Versus, I was really busy. It's like, yeah, you were just shuffling papers all day. You didn't actually move your business forward. So identifying, having a solid number. We have an accountability text, a group text we're all on. And so then people will text the group their results from the earlier that day.
Is like, how accountable? Like if I, let's just say you guys all in the morning, everybody's like, I'm gonna get 10, I'm gonna do 2 appointments, I'm gonna do this. And it's like the end of the day, and Bob it's crickets from Bob because I didn't get my 10 contacts, so I'm just not gonna say anything. Am I getting called out in your group text? Are you guys letting me slide? And it could be a week and nobody heard from Bob? Or like, what does that accountability look like in practicality?
And just so you know, Adam, it's not a surprise to go a week without anybody hearing from Bob. It happens often.
I'm on vacation, Chad. I told you my number one priority is more time with my kids.
That's good. Like today we're doing appointment setting day. So everyone wrote down their goals on the whiteboard. We took a picture of it. So we'll be pretty hardcore on that today. Okay. On a daily basis, if I didn't hear from them in the group chat, we'll ask them the next morning. Hey, how'd it go yesterday? And then typically they're like, it's like, okay, hey, that's fine, right? 3 out of 5. So let's do what we said we were going to do today, since you didn't do yesterday.
What Ben said, we can have a bad day, but
don't make it a
don't make it a bad week. And every once in a while we can have a bad week, but we never have a bad month. Like, yeah. I love that. Man, you guys are doing a lot of good things over there. What's something you do that you think more team leaders should do? Could be something simple, could be something complex, could be something all of us know the answer to. We just need to be reminded, because most of us need to be reminded 50 times on the basics. Like, what's something you do that's really impactful?
The clear expectations and clear communication of those expectations. Too often we think we know what we're saying and we understand it, but they don't. So we broke it all the way down to the minimum expectation is 10 contacts a day. And we track those in Brivity. So we know beyond a reasonable doubt, like if you did it, you did it. If you didn't, you didn't. And then a month goes by and they maybe had a bad week that turned into a bad month. And we're like, well, one day you hit the minimum. One day you made 10 contacts. You made 35 contacts the entire month. So you work 3.5 days. And what are you expecting? So we have very clear, very simple expectations. And then we talk about it.
How often? Like, I feel like some people think they talk about it a lot, but they probably need to talk about it 10 times more than they talk about it. Like, how often are you, like, is it to the point where in your own head you're like, oh, I'm going to say this again, but here it comes? Or like, what is that cadence?
It's weekly. Every week we pull up contacts. We have like a kind of like a leaderboard deal we can see. It's like, okay, we're on pace or we're not on pace for the basic thing. Because, there's so many ways to make contacts. I feel like we make things too complicated. Oh, I need to do this many open houses. It's like, no, whatever you got to do, we all have our own style. You got to connect with people. And if you're not connecting with people, you're not going to make it, man.
Yeah.
Can I ask a clarity question? Because I just want to put you on the spot. It might be an uncomfortable question, Adam. What do you define a contact as? I have criteria when I'm coaching a client to what a contact truly is. When you say to your people, you're supposed to make 10 contacts, do they know what that means? And do you even know what you mean other than somebody needs to answer the phone?
Two-way conversation about real estate.
Okay.
So a voice message is not a contact.
Good. A text message back and forth with somebody, though, about real estate would be.
Yep. DMs, you do a really cool Facebook post and someone says, hey, how much is that house? It's this much. I'd love to get together with you. Two-way conversation about real estate.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be voice. It can be digital in that sense of text, DMs, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just wanted to know your definition of what a contact was.
It's like, recruiting is in real estate sales is just like dating, right? It's about the relationship. I'm not going to call someone up and say, hey, you want to get married? I want to get to know them. You become familiar.
I don't know, man. There's some new shows. Have you seen these new shows? Like Married at First Sight?
I was going to say, if you have Spanish heritage and you can get your I'm in. I'll make that happen.
Chad's trying to move to Spain. Everybody.
That's right. I need somebody who's got Spanish heritage that I can just marry and get in that way. Easier.
Yes. Well, what do I know then?
Okay, to your point, you wouldn't
relationships.
Yeah, and that's where the contact is. Like today, appointment setting day, I told the team, I said, don't be weird. How do you call your friends? Hey, Bob, this is Adam. The reason for my call is to see if you want to go to dinner tomorrow night. No, I'd be like, what's up, Bob? You want to go to dinner or what? So talk to people normal like you talk to normal people, because we're not trying to sell the house today. We're trying to get in relationship with people. And then if and when they do make a move, then we're the person that they work with because we're normal.
Is there where are your agents finding the business? Like obviously, okay, let me restate that because past client and sphere and referrals from those people, I would assume you guys get a big chunk of it from that. But besides that, because that's 2/3 of the business in real estate comes from referral, past clients, and sphere, and everybody always kind of go to that. So right behind that, maybe your guy from Alaska that didn't have the big sphere and they didn't have a bunch of past clients down there referring in business. Like, what's that next lead pillar, that place that guy goes to work at?
Golf. He went to take pictures of the golf course.
I'm moving to Medford, Oregon. You need another agent on your team? Like, what? Let's go.
Always hiring. Yes. Come on down, Bob. We get them from sign calls. We get pretty good leads. Google local services ads. You guys run those for us. Those are powerful, high intent leads. But it's, because that's why we do contacts is, however, I got a gal, Kristen, she has a part-time job and she does lashes. She crushes every person she does her lashes for. She sells them a stinking house.
Hey, that's because lashes are super expensive, and people that can afford to come in like once a month or however often they do that thing, they probably got some money to go buy a house. Like,
so if you need a side hustle, get one that has people that have the right income level coming into your place on a regular. Don't be the dog walker, right? That might not be the person making the income.
Golf is such a good.
How many golf stories have we heard, right?
Yeah, Adam Dow is a golf story guy. I share the one of the lady that came up to Ben and I in Houston, but that's
right.
So good. You guys,
what's your thought? Team? Yeah, I was going to just say, what are your thoughts on open houses, especially for agents who don't have the sphere at the highest level the way your Alaska guy does? And what do you do differently at an open house, Adam, that everybody could take away from this call and say, I'm going to add that to my next open house?
We do a couple 10s. So yes, we're an open house team. 10 signs, 10 door knocks, 10 contacts when you call the 100 closest people. So there's just a system. Hey, I'm holding an open house. Hey, I'm holding an open house. Right? Use a dialer, drop a radius around it, invite people to the open, knock on the neighbors' doors, invite them to the open, and then be normal at the open house. Hey, welcome in. Just be cool.
Be normal.
Yeah, you'd be surprised at how, especially new people, they feel like they have to be someone completely different. Like they turn to I've had people ask some of my new guys, hey, are you AI? When they're calling, are you AI? All right, say the F word if you're not a robot. It's like, Friday. Yeah, Friday. So yeah, a lot of people, they'll put up a sign and they walk in the house and they shut the door. It's like, hey, get loosened up, introduce yourself to the neighbors. Now you're kind of in conversation, talking to strangers, build that muscle. Because a lot of people, that's terrifying, man, meeting strangers. So just do it. And then we have decent luck. I mean, shoot, if they're looking on Zillow, that's very low effort. But to see a sign, pull up to the house, get out of the car, walk into the house, and engage with a real estate agent, very high intent client. So if you can be normal, and they're like, hey, we can see ourselves working with this guy, then you're going to have great luck at the opens.
Adam, give me one.
I once sat at an open house with an agent who asked me to come help them on an open house. It was raining. They had 2 children. They got out of the car, got both kids out of the car seats in the back. One was still in the carry. It was still that young that they were carrying. In the rain, came in the house, walked around the house, did the whole thing, and they went to leave, and the agent didn't do anything other than say hi. And I was like, you understand every indication those people just gave you through the effort they went through just to walk in the door? I ran out there in the rain, went up to their window, knock, knock, knock before they drove away. I said, folks, have you been doing this a lot? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, would you prefer to sit at home where we can just email you every home so you can look at them virtually before you go through all this hassle? They were like, you can do that? I went back into the open house and the agent said, okay, so give me their email. I'll set it up. And I went, no way. Right? You don't get that lead. You just watched them go through all the effort and never said anything. I had to go out in the rain to get that. I'm giving it to someone else who's going to close it. Thank you very much. Folks, do your job. You don't have to be weird to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So you get warmed up by door knocking and making some calls before the open. So you're not practicing on the first person that walks through the door. That's a super high intent buyer.
I wrap this up here. We're almost at the end. A lot of your past clients do business with you guys. Like I can see it, and I'm looking in your Brivity. You guys have sold a lot of houses this year to past clients that did business with you before. Is there any secret there? Is that just don't be weird and call them every once in a while? Like, why do so many of your past clients come back and do business with you guys?
Yeah. So I'm always on social media. We use Brivity auto plans. And so even if I'm not, they get an email, every once in a while, they'll get a text message. They get market reports so they know what's happening in their neighborhood. We like to have people on listing alerts, which are sending them homes that are for sale. So I'm connecting with them, doing we call it like grassroots, talking, texting, inviting to events. But then Brivity also on the back end is doing some of the heavy lifting with keeping us, even if they don't open the email, they see the subject line and they see my name. So, right, I do this like Quail Man. Remember Quail Man from Doug? Top of mind. So we do a lot of things to stay top of mind, which is just reaching out.
Man, you guys are going to sell a couple hundred. What's your goal here? Let me see. You got a goal in here? There it is. We're going to 250 is the goal. You're going to get close if you don't get there. A bunch of A players. You give them a standard, and then you hire a bunch of people around them, and they realize what they got to do when because there's an environment there. Like, good job, Adam Rutledge, man. Tell Jenna and Jason and Matt and Kristen and Andre. Andre's the new one, right? He said he just got there. He's already closed 4. Holy smokes. Larry and Emily, tell your team thanks for just being out there running the models and doing the work. And I can see it. Work works.
What a concept.
Works. What a concept. Adam Rutledge, have an awesome rest of your day, man. Thanks for joining us. You guys go out and do something. Adam talked about a lot of stuff you could be doing. I think let's boil it down to this. What is your minimum standard for today? What are you going to do today? Right? Adam, everybody
so
on
that you don't have to fire yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was so good. Yeah. All right, everybody, let's go write our resignation letters. Chad, I might just be careful. You start messing with me too much on Win, Make, Give, I'm just going to slap that resignation letter down.
You're not allowed. I'll speak to you guys later.
Bye, Adam. See you, Chad. Bye, everybody.